Hey, what's up, everyone? What's good? What's good? What's good? If you guys could hear me okay, feel free to let me know. And if you guys could see me okay too, feel free to let me know also. And I welcome you guys to another, one-on-one kind of conversation. So if you guys are open to having an open conversation about, when it comes to current events and pop culture and spirituality and self-care and wellness and so many other things too. So when it comes to that, much love to anyone who is watching this live. And for those who are watching a replay too, it's good to see you guys again too. And big shout out to all the people in the chat too. So what's up, Clarence? What's good? What's good, bro? Hopefully you are doing well too and everything else. And just like it's good to see everyone in the chat too. So happy Monday. I know Mondays are kind of like, our least favorite day, but if you could make something out of it too when it comes to, just how we can really just, celebrating our Mondays too. Feel free to let me know also. And hopefully you guys are doing well too. And, and just like, when it comes to with Mondays too. And it's just like how we can really just make our day better too. It's just like, sometimes, it's cool to just connect with people and to just really, if it's just for like at least a couple minutes, or just like when it comes to just, or just however long too. So, what's the word? Oh, I can't think of anything, but hopefully everyone is doing well too, and taking care of themselves and all that as well. So when it comes to this too, and just like if you guys are open to just having that kind of conversation when it comes to with current events and pop culture, and just like when it comes to anything that you're passionate about, you're more than welcome to share it in the chat right now too, or even for those who are watching the replay too. So yeah, that's pretty much it too. And it's just like it's been a really interesting day so far. I mean, it's just like, just going about, and just like when it comes to Mondays, trying to just figure stuff out, and and just everything else too. And hopefully everyone is enjoying the content on the channel too. So when it comes to with not only if you get something out of self-care and wellness, but if you get something out of when it comes to with gaming, and when it comes to with anything also, that is totally cool also, especially when it comes to just what I want to share with you guys today too, if you're opening to listen. It's just like talking about gaming for a minute too, and it's just like when it comes to gaming, and how it really affects our culture too, especially when it comes to our not only our our culture, but our lives in so many ways too. Especially when it comes to certain games too that really have an impact, in our everyday lives too, especially in pop culture. When it comes to certain genres and music and storytelling, it's just really powerful. And I want to share a video with you guys too, if you guys are open with that also, especially when it comes to just when it comes to gaming. It's such a beautiful artwork too, and it's just like when it comes to with gaming, and it's just like how we can really just like like when it comes to gaming, you probably heard this before too, and it's just like you know when it comes to gaming, if you like love to listen to a story, if you love to just play certain levels, or just like with anything also, it's just really powerful. And especially if you are a fan in particular of certain genres. It could be from RPGs, if it could be from fighting games, martial arts, it could be from puzzles. You never know. So when it comes to that, especially when it comes to oh gosh, how can I say whew, with gaming too, and especially when it comes to storytelling. And I'm maybe not just mention that to you with storytelling. It's just like when you're just listening to a song, or if you're playing a game, or if you're watching a movie. The story of it itself too, especially what the song's about, what the video game's about, especially what the movie's about too, or a video, is pretty powerful. And it's just like when it comes to storytelling. I mean, it's really important to really, especially if it comes to, a certain content that people are sharing, especially if it's like a movie, if it's like a video game, if it's like a song too, or just like a combination of three also, is really important. And if I'm not sure if you guys ever played this game called Mass Effect, it's really, interesting. It's based off, I say it's based off, it's really like a sci-fi RPG kind of game too, kind of like, Dragon Age, similar, but it's kind of like a space theme. So if you guys like sci-fi, if you guys like Star Trek or Men in Black or Star Wars, all that above all at once. I mean, Mass Effect is a really really cool series to get into, especially if you're new to that. Also, originally the game came out in the Xbox, and Xbox consoles, but it expanded to other consoles like PC, like PlayStation, and it didn't cross with Nintendo either, too, if I'm not mistaken. So when it comes to that, even like when it comes to just with storytelling, how especially when you're playing the game, right? When you're just playing the game and you're just you playing this particular character that really you could really create on your own too, and especially when it comes to how you can really just create your kind of character that really suits you, but also your choices really affect the story. So it's kind of like with example too. Let's say you create a character, right? He or she is like one of the baddest people on the planet, and it's just like you have to go on this major quest to really just save the universe, and you need to just recruit people to really just achieve that goal. And just like whichever decision that you make too, when it comes to with the fate of the galaxy, it really just is powerful. And it's just really I want to share that with you guys too when it comes to Mass Effect. I don't know if you guys are open to this doing that too. This might be a really really short live stream Because honestly, I'm just a little bit burnt out when it comes to social media. I'm not sure what's going on. Just really, you know, sitting that with myself too. But it's not like with you guys. I mean, I love you guys dearly. It's just like sometimes when you need to just step you know to, it's just really important to do that, especially when it comes to just if you need to reevaluate some things too. Things are not working, but that's just my own stuff too. And sorry for making that noise on my chair, but it's just like when it comes to back to the topic, with storytelling, and especially when it comes to like with you're watching a movie, if you're playing your favorite video game, if you're listening to your song also too. It's just really, how powerful storytelling is too, especially if it relates to real events. So it's kind of like, when it comes to Mass Effect, I mean, it's just like a beautiful and powerful series that really had a powerful impact, but not only with the gaming culture, but also in, in pop culture also too, so it's kind of like, wow, it's really powerful, when it comes to the series, with Mass Effect, how it really just, impacted a whole lot of people, especially a generation too. So much love to all you guys too who are here. What's up, Sharon Side? Good to see you. What's good? What's good? Yeah, hopefully you're doing well too, and Gina as well. Good to see both of you guys also. Thank you guys for being here too. I know you guys are busy. That's totally fine. And it's just like when it comes to guys being so busy, and especially when it comes to if you need to step out of your computer, if you need to just say get off of social media. I totally get it. I mean, sometimes we need to just take that step back to just really figure some stuff out. So, but when it comes to that, also, I just really want to talk to you guys about storytelling, especially when it relates to pop culture. It's really powerful, and especially if you guys ever like to say like read a story. If you're reading your favorite book, if you're watching your favorite movie, if you're playing your favorite video game, or listening to your favorite song. Also, it's just like like the storytelling itself. It really is engaging, even if it's like the most craziest stuff you hear too. It could be something about tentacle monsters to sex dungeons or demigods, whatever that may be. I'm not sure. I'm just making some shit up, but I really do want to share some stuff with you guys too, if you guys are open with that. And this video comes from this awesome content creator. I believe his name is Artor. So shout out to Artor too when it comes to with this video too. And this is like, a video about the legend of Mass Effect. Let me see if I can share it on the screen here. So this is an hour long kind of, video, but I'm just gonna play a few minutes of this too. So it's not gonna do the whole reaction to it, but just gonna play a little bit of this too. Gonna stop it for a couple of times and then just really, when it comes to the legend of Mass Effect. It's really powerful too, especially if you're into like with sci-fi, if you love everything about sci-fi when it comes to just like exploring space and the sun, or even astrology too. They really have some bits of astrology too when it comes to the sun and dark energy and all that stuff too. So when it comes to that, we're gonna play a few minutes of this too, and this is falls under fair use. So here we're gonna play this too and see where this journey goes. So without further ado, we're gonna jump into it and see what we have here. Shout out to Artur. This is all credit goes to him, and I'll make sure to post the video too, so if you guys want to check it out for yourself, you're more than welcome to do so.
I guess you're about the only person around that doesn't have TV coverage of the scene. Beautiful, just beautiful. Lack of gravity forces.
Humanity was never meant to leave Earth. Evolution, our biology, and the laws of nature have long enforced the notion that we are destined for this floating rock and nothing more. Yet, humanity has never stopped dreaming of the stars, of going above and beyond. Not just literally, but in every facet of our reality. Mankind's first landing on the moon was a dream come true for many. But what if it was only the beginning? What if ever since then. Generations of dreamers have been inspired to reach the stars like never before. For over half a century, humanity has achieved excellence, evoked wonder, and ignited a universal spark of greatness. Never without folly, division, or resistance, but always with the aspiration to be better. All the while, the stars have been our muse, especially in the science fiction genre of literature, film, and media, the canvas for our culture's future hopes and fears. That, however far any dream has seemed, the imagination of artists, writers, and dreamers have recaptured a fleeting glimpse of the impossible. It's by no coincidence that some of the greatest innovators in art and media over the last few decades were also pioneers of science fiction. George Lucas, Ridley Scott, Sid Mead, George Orwell, Ursula Le Guin, and Frank Herbert. These names, and the works associated with them, are legendary. But even they never dreamed of creating the types of worlds that would be at the cultural heart of the 21st century. Worlds that are interactive.
Yep.
The gaming medium is still evolving, and with it, the potential to impact a new generation of dreamers in entirely new ways. The plight of Joel and Ellie in The Last of Us, the plunge through darkness and despair fraught in Dark Souls, and the breathtaking freedom of Breath of the Wild all prove that it's no longer just about playing a game, but having an experience. And arguably, there has never been a greater testament to that than the video game trilogy that redefined the power of interactive storytelling forever. A sci-fi odyssey of unprecedented ambition, born from the dreams of a team of young game developers out of Edmonton, Canada. This is the legend of Mass Effect. By 2007, BioWare's name.
So, I just want to ask you guys this too, if you guys are listening, and it's just like, when it comes to with gaming, I don't know if you guys ever feel about that. That's totally fine. You have your own feelings and thoughts about it too when it comes to just, when it comes to gaming too. And it's just like, it's just like, over the years too, how it's just constantly evolving, especially from, the days of just like with Tetris and all that too, even before Sega was created too, until like, like the Sega consoles come up. I mean, not Sega, but also Sega and Nintendo, and it kind of, with PlayStation, that's kind of an innovator, and then it kind of goes to like Xbox and, more kind of upgraded consoles too, if that makes sense. And it's just like, especially when it comes to with gaming over the years too, and how it really impacted our culture, especially when it comes to, how we can really just have that experience, especially when it comes to with ourselves too, when we need to just, escape the, daily kind of stuff that we go through, or just like, connect with other people that really just, are passionate about certain things too. When it comes to with, if you love to explore, if you love to just, have a friendly competition when it comes to certain things that you like. You could be like with martial arts, or it could be with puzzles, it could be with dance, it could be with yoga. I don't say yoga is competition, but it's kind of like, like an interactive experience kind of thing too. Or if you just like to just say, nowadays, it's just like, games out there nowadays, you can just really, sit on in your, like your fortress of solitude, or your man cave, your woman cave, or bat cave, wherever that floats your boat to, or just your lookout, and you just really, have that kind of experience with other people too. Or just like when it comes to just, or even just like if you want to just, do something simple, it could be just like, like a puzzle game too, that's really like interactive, where you can just really, keeping the mind strong. Or just like with fighting games too, it's just like, it's like a little friendly competition, let off some steam, but also to really test your skills too, when it comes to just like how you really just master the moves, the combos, all kind of stuff too, or even just like when it comes to with interactive stories too, like you're part of the story too. So if you're like part of the story, that's you have to say the galaxy, you have to say the world, you have to say the city, or just all the above too. It's really powerful, especially when it comes to gaming too, and even everything related to it too, like with music, it could be with movies or all the above too, and really just giving kudos and giving mad respect to the people who paved the way for doing that. So like the people who made Mass Effect, Star Wars, and so many other things too. Marvel Comics, DC Comics, Chaos Comics, you name it. Just really giving those people the respect that's due, and it's just like it's really powerful that we can just really go to those kind of places too. That makes sense, especially when it comes to our imagination. The mind is very powerful, especially as the heart too. The mind and the heart are very powerful. The mind can really just help us to just really tap into our imagination if we're just passionate about something in a very very powerful space. I mean, from like the most one simple drawing can really just turn into like a whole kind of franchise, or just like when it comes to connecting with the heart, it can really just help to just really bring people together. If you're like say like a yoga instructor, you like to just bring people together just to just to really bring some clarity towards the body, towards your heart, towards your mind, and even just doing that in your moment too is very cool too. And even now you could do that in video games, which is really cool. So it's kind of like that too, and it's just like however you just like what floats your boat when it comes to self care and wellness, you can really just apply that into every aspect of your life, even when it comes to with the work that we do. Like if like you're an artist, if you just like you need to just say to pause for a minute and to just really catch your breath, to just really pause the ground and to just breathe. That can really just help anyone in so many ways too. Or just like when it comes to self care, if you need to just need some snacks just to have a busy day, just to bring some clarity towards you. If you need some energy, if you need to feel more chill, more relaxed, more energized. I mean, how we can really just practice that is so fucking cool. And so yes, I know I'm cussing too. So for any people who are just saying something like this,
Language.
you know, hey, it is what it fucking is. Oh shit, I did it again.
Language.
Damn it. So yes, I know, Captain. I can't help it, Cat. I can't watch my fucking language.
Language.
It is. There it is. So yeah, I mean, if you guys ever want to share like anything when it comes to current events and pop culture, especially when it comes to what your favorite story is, even if it's from your favorite book too, that's totally cool. Because reading itself is not only engaging but also very relaxing at the same time. Especially if we need to just you like to just go to another world to experience something. If you're reading it, if we're seeing it with our own eyes, or if you're just playing it with our controllers too. I mean, shoot, the list goes on. So I'm gonna play more of this clip too. There's not a lot of it too. And if you guys ever want like a message for today, if you have any kind of specific questions, if you want like a spiritual message for today, or just like in general too, you're more than welcome to ask me too. And much love to all you guys too who are watching this too. So without further ado, we're gonna get back into this awesome video, and here we go.
Name was already synonymous with greatness. Between Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, Neverwinter Nights, Jade Empire, and Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, BioWare was widely revered as a heavyweight in the role-playing game genre. However, their greatest games had always been built in the worlds of other creators, a fact BioWare became well aware of over the years. Aside from Shattered Steel, the mech combat game that launched the company in 1996, BioWare's first attempt to build a new IP, 2005's Jade Empire, failed to meet sales expectations, and a sequel never fully materialized. At the same time, BioWare was still stuck in the small studio mentality of their early days, where devs worked exhaustively long hours to ship a game. Having moved to their largest office yet in 2004 after the smash success of KOTOR, the studio needed to change their ways if they were to properly oversee larger projects. Though the future weighed heavily on BioWare, it was no less equipped with the right people to face that future head-on. James Olin, Mark Dara, Lou Christensen, Drew Karpyshyn, David Gator, Matt Goldman, Aaron Flynn, and Derek Watts. All legends in their own right, but far from being the industry all-stars they're known as today. Eventually, the company became bold. Eager to finally create universes of their own, the future of BioWare was split between two different projects. One was a fantasy RPG helmed by Olin and Gator, known as Dragon Age Origins. The other was born in the wake of KOTOR's launch from the mind of its project director, a mechanical engineering grad and aspiring fighter pilot who started at BioWare as a 3D artist on Neverwinter Nights, Casey Hudson. His idea was codenamed SFX. What if BioWare took the team behind the award-winning Knights of the Old Republic and set them loose on a sci-fi universe entirely of their own design? That was the basis of Hudson's pitch to BioWare presidents Ray Muzica and Greg Zeshuk for SFX, a setting that demanded memorable companions, futuristic worlds, mature sci-fi themes, and a character-driven story.
I'm in charge here, Garrus, not
Hey,
you.
Michelle. Good
Nothing
to see you.
BioWare hadn't
Welcome,
pulled off in the
welcome.
past,
Hopefully you are
but never at
enjoying
the
your
scale
day.
Hudson dreamed of. It would take the studio an entire year just to fully flesh out the vision. While the conceptual blueprint for the world of SFX was fueled by Star Wars, Star Trek, Blade Runner, and beloved 80s sci-fi, BioWare's approach to gameplay was inspired by Deus Ex's blend of action and player freedom, Halo's futuristic warfare, and Starlight's space exploration. And, as with previous BioWare titles, SFX would place a big emphasis on player choice, but with a very unique twist. SFX would be told as a trilogy, where the player's choices rippled across all three games.
And even the idea of saying that you're going to do a trilogy, you have to plan that you're going to do that, but to be able to do that and know that it's going to have to span recessions, it's going to have to span changes in the industry and the way people consume games, the way people play them. The idea that you create a character and then these choices and these relationships actually span huge game titles, that's something that's never been done before, and I would argue might never be done again.
From its very inception, BioWare's ambitions for SFX were positively staggering. A grand experiment that, if successful, might not only result in three of BioWare's best games, but one of the most groundbreaking game series ever put together. But to succeed as a trilogy, SFX needed to have the right framework right from the beginning. Much of the game's 4-year development was spent building tools and systems for Unreal Engine 3 to last the whole trilogy, including more expressive facial rigging and motion capture tech. While cast and voice director Chris Borders assembled BioWare's most formidable cast to date, with the esteemed likes of Seth Green, Keith David, Lance Henriksen, Ali Hillis, Kimberly Brooks, and Fred Tajashore, Drew Karpyshyn led the writer's room in weaving their respective corners of the SFX universe into a coherent, flexible narrative. Derek Watts and Matt Rhodes would visualize worlds, alien ships, and technology to fuel the team's vision. And after scoring Jade Empire, Jack Wall came on to create the music of SFX, a modern take on Blade Runner, Tangerine Dream, and the iconic electronic movement of the 80s. Along the way, Wall was joined by Sam Hulick, who famously wrote the iconic Uncharted Worlds theme when he originally auditioned for composer, and Richard Jakes and David Gates for cutscenes in just the final weeks of scoring. After years of iteration, experimentation, and raising the bar far past any previous BioWare effort, the final pieces of Hudson's sci-fi passion project united as one. A game that would infamously be known as...
Yeah, that's interesting how, let me see if I can go back into it. So yeah, let's see. Oh, cool. Thanks for posting Michelle's channel, Sharon. And hopefully you are doing good, Michelle. For those who are just popping in and just, wondering what the hell you're seeing on the screen too, we're just talking about when it comes to storytelling, when it comes to pop culture. So when it comes to stuff that we read, when it comes to certain books, or when it comes to, things that we see in movies, or just like when it comes to just like the games that we play too, and the music that we listen to. And it's just like when it comes to like an interactive story that just really helps us to just really, be more engaged, not only to like the story itself, but also when it comes to, being human as well, or just being alive in general, just, living life. I mean, even like, the most powerful stories can really just hit us in so many ways. And really just, hit home for us too in the most very powerful ways too. So it's kind of like, if you love to read a story about, certain characters that you can relate to, it can be, even if it's like, non-fictional too, or if it's fictional. So like, for example, like, say, you know, um, what's a good example of that? Oh man, I can't think of any examples right now. Maybe I could say with, no, huh, I was gonna pick a character. Oh, I know, there's a good one too. So Spider-Man, kind of like, with Peter Parker, right? You guys know the story of Peter Parker, how he got his, powers too from from a really, radioactive spider. It was just, when it comes to from the, crazy, I say crazy experiment, but kind of like, when it comes to how he got his powers, and even like who he is also, he's just like a guy who wants to just, just wants to get a good education, who really wants to take care of his aunt and his uncle. And just like, just really, like being that kind of, people that we are too, just, taking care of our family, and just really having a life also. And just like when it comes to, things happening for a reason too, with the spider that just bit its, that bites him and gives him these kind of amazing powers. It's just like, whoa, you're just really, granted, I say granted, but really gifted with those kind of powers. And it's just like, knowing that, he has that kind of responsibility just because, he's like Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man is a very powerful character itself. Not because, he could, punch a T-Rex, knock him out cold, but also because he's, not only strong, but he's smart too, like a scientist. So imagine a scientist with the, power to just knock your ass out. I mean, with one punch, and it's just really crazy. And especially how, Spider-Man is too, and it's just like, like I said, he's not only responsible to, protecting his city, but also protecting his loved ones too. So even like, getting back to, with, interactive stories is like how it can really just relate to certain characters too, or even just like stories that we play in the video game too, like Mass Effect. I mean, shout out to Artor. If I'm saying this name correctly, you really broke this video down. Also, when it comes to when it comes to the Legend of Mass Effect. And if you guys ever want to check out the link for yourself too, I'm gonna see if I could post it as well. It's only an hour long, so I'm not gonna play the whole thing too. I'm just gonna play bits and pieces of it. So just gonna probably play a few more minutes of it too. I'm gonna share some awesome messages for you guys too. Are you doing good, Michelle? Hopefully everyone is doing well too. If you guys want to share what you guys did for the weekend, if you guys want to share anything that you learned, that you experienced, you're more than welcome to do so. If you guys are comfortable with that too. So when it comes to that, and even just like if you guys want to share anything too, I mean that's totally cool. If I'm boring you also, that's feel free to let me know. I'm always open to feedback too. So when it comes to with the topics like pop culture, relates to gaming, it relates to music, whatever that may be too. You're always welcome to share your own feelings and thoughts in the chat too. Even if it's just like, if it feels uncomfortable, if you don't feel like chatting as well, that's totally cool. I'm not gonna force you, but if you guys do want to, that's totally fine also. And especially for those who, have interactive stories, especially if you're listening to it with music, if you're watching it with a movie, if you're interacting with it with your favorite games, or if you're just reading it in the book too, or just like listening to audiobooks too nowadays. I mean, it's the list can the options are so there's so many options to it too when it comes to that, especially when it comes to with interactive stories, how we can really just really be engaged to that, how we can really relate to it, just like when it comes to us being human beings, especially um, how we can really just tap dive into that. I know not only our imagination, but also just really being part of it too. So what's up, Cecily? Good to see you. What's good? What's good? Thank you for being here too, my friend. Hopefully you are doing well, especially when it comes to, enjoying your day, taking care of business, when it comes to family and all that beautiful stuff too. And we're just talking about when it comes to, interactive stories. If you guys are, want to share any kind of like, your favorite kind of interactive stories when it comes to your favorite movies, favorite video games, music, or even books too, that's totally fine also. So this is a place for you guys to really have an open discussion about it. Even if you guys want to watch the video too. I know that's kind of, pushing it because sometimes my, live streams go like an hour long, but if you guys do want to just, comment about it when it comes to your favorite interactive stories, when it comes to, like video games like Mass Effect or with Destiny or favorite movies, or even with music and, with books too, or even comics, feel free to share. And, good to play a little bit more of this too. If you guys are open to listening and sharing your own feelings and thoughts about what you are seeing on the screen too. And this falls under fair use. So this all credit goes to Artur and shout out to him too. So when it comes to that, and it's just really, powerful, especially when it comes to how games like, like the game series like Mass Effect really have a powerful impact within our culture too, especially when it comes to, how we can really just, create interactive stories for the next generation, which is totally, totally dope. So, and shout out to my friend Adriel. He got me addicted to this series too. I don't want to talk about myself. I just want to keep it a buck. So it's kind of like, with Mass Effect, I just really heard of it. I was like, oh, what's this about? And then got into it with Mass Effect too. But I really dived deep in that also a year later. Just really understanding the series, and it's really, really fucking awesome. So when it comes to that, especially when it comes to, how you can really just really appreciate, like, that interactive stories kind of like with Mass Effect, and just really, doing that from a healthy space, giving credit where credit's due, especially with other people too who just really show an appreciation to that, like with Artor, or with, other people too who are just really, who do like a very good job just explaining stuff to how, game like stories, interactive stories like this affect our culture. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna let the play this a little bit more too. And here we go. Let's see if I could get back into the screen here. There we go.
Right from the first frames of the game's iconic opening, Bioware hoists you over the shoulder of Commander Shepard, marching triumphant to the front line of a daring new space age as humanity's newest hero. Your hero. This is Mass Effect, a story-driven action RPG with real-time third-person shooter combat, meaningful choices, and dizzying spectacle. In many ways, its design was uncanny for 2007. It had classes, but not stats. The dialogue wheel reflected the tone of its dialogue, but not what Shepard would say verbatim. And though you commanded a party of squad mates, you could never play as them. Because Mass Effect was not trying to be an RPG, it was trying to make you Commander Shepard. Contrary to many RPGs of the time, the choice-driven gameplay of Mass Effect allowed the player to exert influence over a heavily authored character. Not one you create, but one with a pre-established background, personality, and goals. Of course, almost no CRPG has ever given players the exact freedom of a tabletop RPG, and for good reason, but they've always strived to emulate as much of it as possible. Not with Shepard, not quite anyway. Instead, BioWare wanted to take its players on a very specific journey, but not at the complete expense of their agency. The compromise was wiggle room, like with Shepard's gender, their background, and their choices in dialogue. Shepard is still a commander of the Alliance Navy, but we have a say in what kind of commander. Right out the gate, in fact.
That's enough. You're soldiers. Act like it.
Whoa, Shepard. So yeah, just like when it comes to the awesome part about Mass Effect, it's just like you could create Commander Shepard how it really feels to you, especially when it comes to how you can really just, relate to it, with Commander Shepard. If you want to make Commander Shepard a woman, when it comes to if she's black woman, white woman, Italian, or even just like a man too, a black man, or white, Irish, especially when it comes to the player and just really, creating that kind of, their own version of Commander Shepard when it comes to playing a gaming series like this too. Whether she, Commander Shepard's, young or old too, and it's just like the end the options are endless when it comes to how you can really create your own version of Commander Shepard, and especially when it comes to the choices that you make too in this series if you ever get a chance to play it, because like like this in this gaming series too, especially with Mass Effect, it really just shows like when it comes to what kind of choices that you make too, even the most you know awesome ones to the most craziest one too. So it's kind of like if the Paragon kind of side too, if you want to do some wholesome kind of actions, or with the Renegade if you're doing some badass crazy stuff too, it's kind of like that does have that effect in that story too, and it really impacts in that trilogy too, if that makes sense. But what the beautiful thing about when it comes to with this gaming series, especially when it comes to how you want to create your own kind of Commander Shepard, especially to the player that is experiencing it for the first time, or for the second time, for the third time, for the fourth, fifth, 10th, millionth, or whichever too. No matter how many times you play this game too, you can always do something new too. So when it comes to creating using your existing kind of Commander Shepard character, or if you want to create a new one just for the fun of it, if you just want to do like a playthrough, something that you want to do some crazy stuff, or you just want to do a playthrough that you just want to do some awesome stuff too. So yeah, if you guys are enjoying this live stream too, if you like what I'm talking about, what I'm sharing too, especially when it comes to talking about with interactive storytelling, when it comes to with pop culture, when it comes to our favorite books, our favorite video games, movies, music, etc. too. So much love to all you guys in the chat room too. Let me see if I could, you know, what's up, Serena? Good to see you. What's good? What's good? Thank you for being here. And what's up to Melinda? So I got the sisters here too. What's up, Melinda? What's good? What's good? What's good? Always good to see you guys as well too. So thank you guys for being here, especially throughout your busy day. Also, I really do appreciate it. So it's just really cool that you guys can really just you just show support too in so many ways. And I don't ask for much. This is when it comes to support. Also, I really do appreciate it. So you know. Thank you, Michelle, for mentioning that too. And also feel free to check out Michelle's channel, guys, too. Let me see if I can, oh, there is it. So, yes, thank you, Sharon Sipes. See if you want to check out Michelle's channel also, feel free to do so. It's really cool. There's some awesome stuff that we can really just take to when it comes to spirituality and wellness and etc. too. And same goes to, let me see if I can find her. Melinda also, if you guys ever want to check out her channel too, you're more than welcome to do so. She's really awesome, very grounded, and very, very funny too. So, yes, indeed. So, yes, Michelle is awesome. So are you, Melinda, and everyone who is watching this as well. So, you guys are awesome in your own right too, especially this character right here, Commander Shepard. I mean, however when it comes to Commander Shepard, he's one of the most inspiring characters in fictional history. I mean, he kind of reminds me of like a space Captain America a little bit. Yeah, so it's kind of like each of the choices that he or she makes really does have an impact, like a powerful impact, whether it's good or if it's bad too, or it's just like bad, but just like really just crazy. So yes, indeed. So yes, thank you for posting her channel too, Sharon Stipe. So if you guys ever want to check out her channel too, feel free to do so. I don't mind if people post their channels if they're just promoting good stuff too when it comes to self-care, wellness, and just like connecting with each other as a community. I have no problem with that too. I know other content creators, no shade to anyone. I know that's kind of like, they're totally against it, but with me, it doesn't bother me at all. So it's all good. I just use YouTube just to connect and share with you guys too. So, Yes, much love to you guys. I'm gonna continue to play this video too if you guys are open to listening for it. Just I'd say give it a little bit, like 7 more. I'd say 10 more minutes too.
Initially, the downside is that the player's limited choices make no difference. Whether you insult Joker or praise his flying, the outcome of this conversation is always the same. This certainly doesn't apply to every choice in Mass Effect, but enough of them to suggest that most of what the player chooses is inconsequential. This is the truth. And up to 2007, it's a problem no game of similar design was able to solve. Not until Mass Effect. How do you make the player believe in the impact of their choices without changing Shepard? You need to pull a magic trick. And what better way to do that than by borrowing from the medium of movie magic? For the cinematic treatment of Mass Effect isn't just an aesthetic, it's one of the most important design decisions ever made in the RPG genre. By fusing the quick cuts, blocking, multiple camera angles, lens flares, film grain, and high production value of the cinematic medium with the RPG, BioWare sweeps us into their fantasy and inspires us to believe in the illusion of choice. That every reaction, line of dialogue, and mission outcome serves a greater purpose in the overarching story. The dialogue wheel is less about choosing what Shepard says and more about directing them on how to say it. We are both the actor and the director, the player and the storyteller. A brilliant dichotomy, and it was all an experiment. To tell this story, we need to know what it's about, and to be Commander Shepard, we'll need the right actor. Enter Jennifer Hale and Mark Meir, two halves of the same Shepard.
I should go.
Because Shepard was BioWare's first fully voiced RPG protagonist, Hudson and Borders wanted Hale and Meir to deliver a neutral performance that allowed the players to project any background they had for Shepard's responses. And well, that's exactly what they did. As the decorated voice actors behind Bastilla Shan, Naomi Hunter, Mazzy Fenton, and Number 86, Jennifer Hale had no trouble filling the boots of Commander Shepard. Mark Meir, on the other hand, who was originally only the stand-in for Shepard, is a goddamn treasure. Critics were never wrong to call Meir's performance flat. It is a bit underwhelming at times. But if you ask me, his blunt delivery leads to some of Mass Effect's most unintentionally hilarious and memorable moments.
Say goodnight, Manuel.
You cannot silence the truth. My voice must be
Yo,
heard.
what the fuck, dude?
Oh my god! What did you do?
That might have been a little extreme.
Yo,
Hudson and Borders would get a better grip on Shepard's
hold
voice in the
on,
sequel,
hold on.
but for the first game,
That was
it
extreme.
does the job.
Hold on.
Then there's the storytelling. Though there is a lot to
Did you see that shit, guys? Yes, indeed. What game are they? They're talking about Mass Effect. So let me see. If we can rewind this. you know, let's see. So this is a game that they're talking about, Michelle. If you guys could see the screen, so they're just when it comes to with Mass Effect, even if like you guys haven't played like the first game and the second game or the third game too, there's like the Legendary Edition that's has been out like a 2 years so far. It's it's on PS4, PS5. If you guys ever want to get that for your kids or even for yourself too. And it's just like, it's a really interesting game, Michelle, and especially how you want to create Commander Shepard for yourself. So if you want to make Commander Shepard a woman, if you want to make Commander Shepard a man too, that's totally the player's choice. And you guys could do that however you guys want to also when it comes to not only creating that your own version of Commander Shepard, but also when it comes to the decisions that he or she makes too, does have that kind of effect when it comes to with the story, but also doesn't change the character like Artur says too in his video per se. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys too. I know it's probably a lot. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this too. I'm gonna share some collective cards that I have for you guys also. If you guys are open to it too, if you guys want to message also as well, feel free to post your question too. So I'm here for you guys. I love you guys dearly. And I'm just doing this just to, connect with you guys and just really, showing that community spirit, if that makes sense. Just talking about, whichever, if it relates to pop culture, gaming, self-care, wellness, relationships, you name it too. So anyways, I'm going to get back into it. Let's see. Go back into it right. We left it right here. I think we were right here, right?
They came out of nowhere. We need.
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5.
Yikes.
No music, no expression, just cold silence and awe.
Imagine seeing that on the screen too. A giant centipede like tentacle mechanical monster just coming down at you from the sky and it darkens everything. I mean, honestly, that would freak me the fuck out a little bit, but that's like, holy shit, that's some, sci-fi stuff. You probably heard this before too, probably from your grandparents' time too. I even with my mom also, because she loves sci-fi. I mean, when it comes to like with War of the Worlds or I'm yeah, kind of, I don't know the full stories of that, but it's something that my parents and my grandparents shared too when it comes to like with sci-fi, as well too. Even just like when it comes to like with giant monsters, and you probably like you heard of giant monsters like with Godzilla, for example, or King Kong, or Space Godzilla too, or whichever also. So it's kind of like crazy, especially when it comes to with Mass Effect and how it's just like you see like a giant kind of like mechanical kind of creature too called the Reaper. It's just like holy shit, like goddamn, it's like that's some pretty fucking crazy shit too. So yes, much love to you guys. Also, if you guys are enjoying this live stream too, feel free to comment. Feel free to like this live stream. Subscribe to my channel also if you guys are new to, and just really making sure you hit the notification bell, especially on top also, so you get notified for all the things that I'm doing when it comes to this channel as well. So, and much love to all you guys too who are here too. Even if you guys have to just pop in and say hello, you have to go to sleep. That is totally fine also. So, yes, indeed. We continue this a little bit more, and wow.
The drama magnetically shifts from backroom politics to a once in 50 millenniums threat.
This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold.
We are approaching drop point 2.
The surface of Eden Prime may be nothing to scoff at in 2183, especially after running past the same pile of crates 100 times over. But the impression this place leaves on the player is still unshakable. In all 3 Mass Effect games, no single planet is quite as red as Eden Prime. That red lighting plants the seed of a recurring motif. The first glimmer of a sunset that will end all life in the galaxy, breeding death and destruction over every horizon. Between husks, frightened survivors, and Jenkins Leroying himself in just the first few minutes of gameplay, Mass Effect's turn into the eerie happens startlingly quick. While we navigate the ruin with our squad mates, Nihilus moves alone. He's not here for the humans. He's here on a mission. Unfortunately, so is Saren. As Nihilus lets his guard down, Sam Hulick distorts Shepard's heroic theme in the minor key. Suddenly, we have our villain. Complicated no longer scratches the surface. A flurry of action follows all the way to the Prothean beacon. An ancient alien relic has never looked and been placed so ordinarily, but that's not the point. The beacon carries a desperate message, one that cannot be read, but felt in agonizing detail.
Shepard!
No, don't touch. It's too.
Dr. Chakwas. I think she's waking up.
I'm not sure what I saw. Death, destruction. Nothing's really clear.
In just under an hour, we've had a taste of the world, the combat, Bioware's unique take on the RPG genre, and the conflict ahead. But like Shepard's vision, the finer details are hard to discern. We need more. Where Bioware takes us next will blow this galaxy wide open. one of my favorite locations in all of sci-fi.
Look at the size of that ship.
The Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
The Jewel of the Stars. The Citadel is where the brightest corners of the Mass Effect universe gloriously collide, where the imagination of Sid Mead, John Harris, and Santiago Calatrava combine with Derek Watts' own aesthetics for the series. Swooping arches cutting across vertical lines, the defining design element of Mass Effect, evident on armor, weapons, and ships, but most prominently, the Citadel. Jack Wall's blend of synths and flutes evoke both utopic awe and intrigue, the perfect invitation to delve into the Citadel's hidden depths. Around one corner is the Stanford Taurus, but around another is a New York metropolis. Below the Presidium, within the wards, you get a hint of BioWare's brilliant layering of terrace from KOTOR, and all the while, you'll never stop wondering how big this thing actually is, and how small you must be compared to it. It's perhaps one of the greatest hubs in video game history, and BioWare's ability to both reinvent and redefine its importance with each new Mass Effect game is only proof of that.
There must be millions here. It can't be possible to track everyone coming and going.
The Citadel surely gleams on its surface, which is all the more amazing, considering deep down, it's secretly kind of dull. The Citadel that is explorable to the player is a mercifully thin vertical slice of what it's been propped up as. It's disjointed, awkward to navigate, and bereft of the bustling civilization that supposedly lives here. And yet, that's not the takeaway. Lest we forget, BioWare are really good magicians. Like our first trip aboard the Normandy, arriving at the Citadel has been specially curated for the player. Our meeting with Anderson, Udina, and the Council further grounds us in the Mass Effect universe, introducing us to the Asari and Solarians. Just across the hall from the human embassy, where most players will naturally find themselves after the Council meeting, are the Volus and the Elcor, two of the weirder aliens in Mass Effect 1.
Chastising remark. Don't be so rude, Dan.
From here, the player will wonder about the Presidium into more humans, but also more Volus, Asari, Solarians, Turians, and maybe a Hanar.
Because it's a big, stupid jellyfish.
This is the Mos Eisley Cantina, but with level design. Just when we've started to get a grip on the world established before Eden Prime, that world quickly expands well beyond our reach. We can spend hours...
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. So let me see, I can go back to StreamYard. So yeah, that's, if you guys ever want to check out let me see if I can find a video. So let's see. If you guys ever want to check out the video for yourself too, I'll make sure to post it in the description below too. So if you guys ever, are curious about, the video that we're reacting to, also it's from a content creator called Artor, if I'm saying his name correct. If I'm butchering it, I truly apologize, but shout out to him too. So if you guys ever want to check out the video for yourself at any time also, here is the link too. Credit goes to him too. I'm just really reacting to it and sharing with you guys too, for those who are just, want to learn more about Mass Effect, but also from like a fan's perspective too. So if you guys are curious about, like interactive stories like Mass Effect, if you guys want to learn how it really impacted our culture as well too, feel free to, check out this video at any time as well. And so there's my screen. So yes, much love to all you guys who are here too. So I have some awesome messages for you guys too that we can take, for today too, especially for anyone who is just watching this live and watch the replay too, especially when it comes to, with anything too, like if anything that just hits home to you when it comes to with self-care, spirituality, and wellness as well. Feel free to comment at any time. So when it comes to the first card that I have for you guys also is all about source. So just really connecting with source to just really, the source of all teachings too, and how you really connect with God in your own unique way too. So if you want to connect with God, with your body, with your heart, with your mind, or just like with your voice also too, just really, connecting with source too from a very healthy space, and just really doing that in your own way as well. So when it comes to this message, just really tuning into the source of all teachings, connecting with, this, the most high, the source consciousness. And just really when it comes to this message is also, even if you want to just like, light some candles, if you want to just be in nature, just really doing anything that just really helps you to connect with source, even if it's with, our favorite hobbies as well when it comes to this message. And just really, um, just really doing like anything that just really, inspires you also when it comes to with that inspiration. And so really finding that inspiration from within too when it comes to this message, and just really doing that from a healthy space to just really find that inner inspiration, especially if you're just like, if you need to just like, want to just find that inspiration if you're just going through those kind of challenging times also when it comes to this message right here, when it comes to this card. And with the last message that I have also, how we can really take an action with that inspiration, especially when it comes to chaos, because like a lot of shit happens in life sometimes too that's totally outside of control. But when we take the time to just take action to just really understand that, and just really, asking for guidance when it comes to just, going through the chaos, just when it comes to life, because, we never know what's going to happen. So just really taking action to just really, understand that kind of chaos, and just really, enduring that as well too, in the best way that we can, to just really see another day, and just really, just really, understand it from a healthy space, and just really, doing that too, and just in ways that can really just help us to just really, go through life in a very smooth way, if that makes sense. So, yes, Michelle, I definitely will do that question for you. So if any of these messages resonate with you guys also too, so feel free to comment at any time when it comes to these messages. And much love to you guys. And I'm going to get to Michelle's question. So she wants a spicy reading with a rebel. Okay. I have to get my other cards out, but I'll do that for you. So let's see here. Let's see. Spicy with a rebel. You got it. Oh. Ugh. Sorry if you saw my butt. That was not intentional. I'm sorry. It's kind of like, what the hell did you do, you son of a bitch? Kind of like this.
God, you are a fucking moron.
I'm sorry. So, if you saw my butt, I'm sorry. That was not intentional. So, I know. So, yeah, I know. You guys got me there. Mm, 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 mm. God damn it. I am a mess. So, okay, Michelle, I'm going to honor your request too. So, let's see if I can get these cards out for you. And let's see, put this up here. I'm actually going to put these cards up here for a minute. And let's see, Michelle. All right. So let's see what we have here for Michelle. Yes, indeed. So, you weren't looking at the screen? Oh, glad you didn't. So glad you didn't. You didn't look at the screen. If people did, I'm sorry. So yes, indeed. Yes, I got a haircut, and it was long overdue. So it's kind of like just cut it short, just so easy to maintain. It shows off the shape of my head too. So definitely feel like a kid again. So thank you for that. So thank you. If you didn't look at this screen, I'm glad you didn't. I thought I didn't scare you off. So, anyways, let me get back into your question, Michelle, too. So, let's see what we have here for you. So, you guys didn't look at this screen. Okay. At least I didn't scare people off. If I, you saw something that you shouldn't, that was not intentional. I'm sorry. So, oh man, let's see what we have here. Michelle. What do we have for her today? Michelle. Okay. Let's see what the rebel cards. You have to rewind and watch it. No. God damn it. You guys are just adventurous, are you? You just can't help yourselves. You gotta see the most embarrassing stuff. That's get clicks and views nowadays, huh? Oh shit. I feel like this guy right now too, so hold up. I feel like this guy.
You can't harm me. Are you a fuck? You can't harm me.
Hey, I didn't play the clip. Oh shit. Oh shit, didn't play the clip. Oh shit, hold up. Sometimes I feel like this.
You can't harm me. Are you a fucking ass?
Feel like the juggernaut, so thank you, Michelle. I'm glad you liked the haircut. I mean, it's just long overdue too, so yeah, it was that time. But yeah, you guys are just killing it. Oh my gosh. Mm-mm-mm. You guys are hilarious. Mm-mm-mm. What? I don't know what to do with you guys. I love you. Oh. Okay. Now, what is the answer to these messages for Michelle? So, Michelle, what do we have here for her? Michelle. Come on, man. Come on, you're showing these cheeks.
You can't harm me. Are you a fucking ass?
Come on, man. Oh my gosh. My goodness. It's like, like you tell me. Now you tell me. What the hell? What the fuck? What the hell? Oh my gosh, I can't make this stuff up. I don't know what to do with you guys. So let me pull this last card for you, Michelle. I'll make you laugh today. Whoa. What's this? This card just flipped out of nowhere. Oh, okay. All right then. So, Michelle, you got some interesting messages for tonight, especially when it comes to your. Let me see. I go back into your question. So, you ask and you shall receive. So, when it comes to your first card that I have for you is all about fetish. So, I'm not sure what's going on in your lives, but there's some interesting stuff happening when it comes to with the fetish card. So it's kind of like someone is really into just wearing certain outfits or into some interesting kind of hobbies or desires or goals too. And it's just like when it comes to the fetish wear. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on in your life, but there's some crazy fetishes that are happening when it comes to this message. And it's just like when it comes to the get up also, it's just very sleek, very, appealing. And just like, when it comes to that also, there's some interesting stuff that's happening in your life too, Michelle. So I'm not sure if anyone has a particular kind of desire or goal for you, or just like if it's you in general also. No judgment on my end, but it's kind of like, there's some interesting stuff that's happening, desires and goals and all that kind of stuff too when it comes to the first card. What the hell? It's I can't make this shit up. So yes, 111. There you go. But hey, the good thing about it is that you're winning. So whatever that you're doing when it comes to those fetishes, or even just like in general, also you're winning. You're just living at life. You're just really conquering stuff too. So you're definitely kicking some ass and winning, and you got a good thing going, my friend. Just don't ruin that shit. So it's kind of like with the fetish, whatever that may be too, when it comes to these two messages also. So it's kind of like you're definitely winning when it comes to the fetishes. I'm not sure what's going on with these kind of two cards together, but you're winning that shit too. So you are definitely kicking some ass, but just don't ruin that shit. So when it comes to that, you know, hey, there's some good stuff happening for you too. So, and eventually the answer to that also is just like, you're making someone very, very, very happy. So it's kind of like, they're very being patient with you too. So it's kind of like, when it comes to the end goal, the end game per se too, when it comes to this message, it's like, hey, waiting for you to come. It's like, hey, oh shit. It's like, he or she wants to get this party started, and just like, especially when it comes to any kind of desires and goals that you have with that someone too, Michelle, or just like in general. Just like the end of it too is just like, happy endings. I'll just leave it at that. So a lot of happy endings when it comes to this message. And you see this woman, she was upside down also. So it's kind of like, oh shit. It looks like she's had a happy ending when it comes to just, with this. And she says she won't kiss and tell. Hey, it's none of my business. So it's all good. I get it. I get it. I get it. So it's all good. It's all good. If you don't want to kiss and tell, that's totally fine. I respect that too. So, hey, it's all good. It's all good. And Michelle says, Linda's psychic. You said coming and waiting for you to come. And here goes Sally. Yes. Linda is definitely psychic. She's definitely got her third eye is strong with that one. The force is strong with Melinda. She is one with the force. So, yep, there you go. There you are holding his holding his ears. That explains the fetish thing. Oh man, you can't make this shit up. That's an interactive story right there too. So, but hey, you are definitely winning, Michelle. So you're kicking some ass too. Or kind of fetishes and desires and goals that you have too when it comes to your fetish. I mean, you're kicking some ass and you're winning. You got some good stuff going for you. Just don't ruin that shit. Just when it comes to this message. And there's gonna be a lot of happy endings there too. So good stuff for you, my friend. A lot of good stuff. Really, really interesting stuff too. So oh my gosh. You guys are just hilarious. Get some Spider-Man stuff going upside down. Yeah, you got this, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man stuff going on. So yeah, definitely. Maybe that explains the fetish where, maybe your man likes to dress as Spider-Man and you're Mary Jane. Let me see if I can put these cards together too. So here's Spider-Man. I don't know if it's just your man too, or if it's you. And then there's Mary Jane. So here, put two together. It's kind of like the Sam Raimi movies. And there's some good stuff coming here too in the middle. So it's kind of like, hey, let me see if I can put these cards together. So yeah, there's got some good stuff going there too for you, Michelle. So hey, you got the Spider-Man fetish going down. Hey, that's a cool thing when it comes to certain fetishes. I mean, most people like dressing up as certain characters, kind of like the video that I shared too just a few minutes ago when it comes to Mass Effect or Spider-Man. Hey, whatever that floats your boat when it comes to consenting adults. So I'm not going to judge, I'm not going to kiss and tell. That is totally your business. But you are definitely kicking some ass and you are definitely winning too. So some good stuff happening for you, my friend. And you got a good thing going too. Just, make sure you don't ruin that shit too. So when it comes to this message. And just like, just really, there's going to be a lot of happy endings there too. So awesome stuff coming your way too, Michelle, when it comes to your question. And, I'll just give you a thumbs up with that too. I'll just leave it at that. Oh, man. So, Melinda, you want one too? I could definitely, pull some cards for you. So, he's doing the ABC. What the hell? You guys are the same. What can I say that you guys are sharing? Hold up. Lickety split. Hold on, Michelle. Come on, man. So Melinda wants one too. Okay, hold up. All right, got to remix my cards too. So she wants one too. Okay. Hopefully you like your cards, Michelle. And Melinda is next. So okay, Melinda will be my last person. Then I'll have to wrap it up. So, wrap it up. Oh shit. Get the kicker. Oh shit, you guys are hilarious. Let's see. Let's see what I got for you guys today. Let's all get together. Yeah, definitely. That sounds good, Melinda. I'm definitely down for that. Wrap it up. Bring in the week spicy. Yeah, exactly. Wrap it up. Oh man. Let's see what we got for Melinda. Let me relax my shoulders too. Hold on. Gotta relax here. There you go. Let's see what we have here for Melinda. So okay. What does the Rebel cards have to say for this interesting message? Alright, what is the next message for Melinda? Charge is 69%. Oh my gosh. Is the universe giving us signs or what? Oh my gosh, that's funny. That's too fucking hilarious. That is too fucking hilarious. Oh, okay. What is the answer to these messages? Yours is 74. Jeez. Oh my gosh, you guys are hilarious. Michelle's all embarrassed and shit. Can't make this shit up, guys. Hold up. Let's see what we got for Melinda. And here we... All right, universe, what do we got for Melinda? Okay. My lips went up, so that's going to be some interesting stuff from Melinda. So, Melinda, you got some interesting messages that I have for you, too. So, but the first card that I have for you is all about making love. So I feel like you want to make love with that special someone too, especially when it comes to with this message. It's kind of like you're in a love-making kind of mood too. So when it comes to, making love, when it comes to grabbing those cheeks, all that stuff too, or all that shit too, excuse my language. So when it comes to with this message, you really are affectionate right now. You want to just, make love to that special someone that you want to connect with too. When it comes to with this powerful message here too, especially when it comes to like how you want to take action with that, grabbing some cheeks and all that. Respectfully saying that, of course, too, when it comes to this message. But interesting enough, it says here it looks like you got to do some shit, so you don't need to talk to anyone, you don't want to look at anyone. So it says you need some alone time also, and you know why. So I'm not sure what's going on with this message, Melinda. And it's just, you want to make some love, but also you want, you need some alone time for yourself. So it's kind of like, not talking to anyone, don't look at anyone. It's like, whoa, what the hell's going on in here too? So it's kind of like you probably need some space for yourself too. I'm not sure what's up with that also. So hey, I'm not done. So when it comes to this message right here too, and just like you probably just want to just test out your lover's interest limits too. So when it comes to this message right here too, when it comes to that, it's just very testing your limits. You just want to just have that kind of awesome experience with that special someone, especially when it comes to making love also. So when it comes to with these three messages, also that quote for you guys also. So it's kind of like if any of these messages resonate with you, Melinda, you feel like you want to make love when it comes to with this message right here too. So when it comes to the first message, I mean nothing wrong with that. But it's kind of like you don't. It sounds like you need some alone time for yourself too. So not looking at anyone and talking to anyone. That's kind of like kind of counterproductive. Not sure what's going on with this message too. Like see that. I'm not sure what's up with that. Maybe he does some shit. But with the answer to that also, it's just like you really want to just test out the limits too when it comes to making love to that special someone. So I'll just leave that for your for you to just really marinate, Melinda, and much love to you guys also too. And hello to EQ. Good to see you. Shout out to you and to Sonia also. Hopefully you two are doing well also. And it's good to see you too. So thank you for being here. Hopefully you had an awesome, awesome day too. And much love to you also too. Especially if you guys haven't checked out, the Soul Sisters, when it comes to EQ and Sonia. Those are my big sisters. Shout out to them. And hopefully you guys are just kicking some ass and just, doing what you guys love to do best too. So, and she's probably like, "What the fuck did I get into?" So, yeah, yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I mean, I was saying, oh man, oh yeah, definitely. I got you, sis. You want a general reading for today? I got you. So definitely, definitely, I got you, sis. I'll definitely pull some cards for you too. So definitely, we'll do that. But hopefully, everything is well with you too. So yes, Cindy, I got you, sis. I got you. Yeah, EQ's channels are awesome too. So, Wisdom of the Blue Lotus and the Soul Sisters, with Soul Sisters. I keep saying it wrong with Sonia. She's really awesome too. So definitely will gotta check out those channels too if you haven't already. Oh, you guys probably have too, because we're all connected. So yes, I'm giving you guys laughter tonight. Hope you guys have enjoyed the live stream too. So thank you guys for being here too. I really do appreciate it. So EQ. Oh, I'm sorry about that, EQ. Oh, so let me see if I can put Linda's cards over here. Something for EQ. Oh, you're welcome, Michelle. Anytime. Yeah, I'm sorry about your love life, EQ. I understand where you're coming from. Let me see if I can help you with that too, with these cards. So, EQ. I feel like you're very steady and very determined. I feel like you just, want to learn something new. When that makes sense to EQ. I'm not sure what's going on with you. I'm just feel this intuitively. I just really feel this steady and grounded energy. But I also feel like, it's like you just, you want to learn something new. That makes sense to you too. So if that resonates, also feel free to comment too. Linda G at the retreat saw someone special. Oh, cool. That's what's up. Shout out to Linda G. She's awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, okay. I'm correct. Okay, cool. I'm just, connecting intuitively. It's just very steady and very grounded because you're a very strong person. And it's just like you just want to learn something new too, or just experience something. I'm not sure what's up with it. I'm just really connected with that kind of energy too. So I'm definitely gonna pull one more card for you, EQ. I'm just gonna, share what I got for you, sis. I got you. All right, what is the action card? Ooh, okay. Okay, EQ. I got some three powerful cards for you today too. So when it comes to with these messages, you're more than welcome to comment at any time too. When it comes to with these messages that I have for you for your general reading. Oh, you like the haircut too? Thank you. I appreciate that. It's just I have to just cut it so like it easy to maintain. But when it comes to the first card that I have for you, also EQ is all about source. So when it comes to connecting with source, just really, connecting with source that really just feels right to you also. So how you really connect with God, especially when it comes to, finding answers, especially when it comes to teachings also. So it's kind of like, with connecting with source also when it comes to with this message right here. So let me see if I could put this down for a bit too. So it's really connecting with source also when it comes to this message can really just help you to really just find some answers for yourself, especially to any kind of desires and goals that you have to within your life also when it comes to connecting with source, connecting with God, connecting with source consciousness, and just really doing that in ways that really just feels right to you also when it comes to this message. And just like with the next message that I have for you also is all about compassion. So it's kind of like, if you've ever felt like you're just kind of hard on yourself, just really bringing that compassion towards you also when it comes to, when it comes to your inner self. So it's kind of like with compassion, it's just a way for you to just, bring some, clarity towards yourself too in ways that just really feels right to you too, to really just bring you some peace, peace of mind, peace of heart, especially when it comes to, how you really just show compassion towards yourself. Also, if you just, kind of been hard on yourself lately, if you just kind of like going through those kind of waves when it comes to living life, just really how you can just really, bring that compassion towards yourself too in ways that just really feels right to you can really just help you to just really find some more clarity, towards yourself too, especially towards your inner self in ways that just really feels right to you too. When it comes to this beautiful message right here too, it's all about compassion. So just really bringing that towards yourself to just really find that clarity can really just help you along the way, especially if you're going through any kind of like funks or ups and downs with life too. And just like, the next message that I have for you and that we can help you to take action with that also is just really connecting with your power also. So just really taking action to just really connecting with your power, especially when it comes to showing compassion towards yourself too, connecting with your power, your inner strength, your not only with your strength, also just really connecting with your power as a woman, as a human being, especially when it comes to, valuing yourself. So valuing who you are, especially when it comes to the power that you have, that you possess, that you're born with. Also, just really taking action to connecting with that in a very powerful way, and just really putting your own spin to it as well. When it comes to with this message right here, EQ. So when it comes to, let's see if I could pull these three cards for you. Also, you know, um, with these powerful messages here too, when it comes to for your general reading, it's just like connecting with God in your own way too. When it comes to connecting with Source, and just also just really bringing that compassion towards yourself. Also, if you're just really feeling kind of like down in the dumps, if you feel like you need to, if you're just going through life, the ups and downs, just really bring that compassion towards you. Also, in a very very powerful way, EQ. And just to help you with that also with your actions is just really connecting with your power in a very powerful way. And just really doing that in your own way too, to really connect with your power, your inner strength, especially when it comes to connecting with that power as a person, as a woman too, and just really doing that in your own way as well, if that makes sense to you too. So if any of these messages resonate with you, EQ, and especially for your general reading also, you're more than welcome to, share your feelings and thoughts about these messages also too. And much love to you, big sis. And I really do miss, talking with you and collabing with you too. The same goes to Melinda, Michelle, and all you guys too who are popping in and watching this live and watching the replay too. So hopefully that helps too, EQ, when it comes to your general reading. And so, yes, I haven't heard anything with Beauty also. Hope she's all right. I haven't heard from her either. So hopefully she's doing all right. Shout out to Beauty also. She walks in Beauty. She's an awesome, awesome, person too. But hopefully she's all right. I haven't heard from her either. So hopefully she's doing good too. Let's see. A nature walk, talking to a walk without looking there. Yeah, definitely. Oh, good, good. I'm glad it was helpful too, EQ. So I'm glad that these messages were helpful. It's always good to see you also. And it's always a pleasure to see, familiar faces like EQ, Shell, Melinda, even new faces as well too. So thank you guys for being here too. I really do appreciate it. And I know you guys have a busy schedule too, but taking the time to just hang out for a bit too, it's totally worth it. So have a great rest of your evening. Yeah, you too, EQ. Thank you for being here too and showing support too. So you have an awesome, awesome night. Give my love to Sonia if you see her too. I miss talking with her too. And much love to you guys too. So I think you guys are going live tomorrow too, right? If you guys are. So if you guys want to check out the Soul Sisters Tarot, feel free to do so. I think they go live probably every Tuesday now. I know you guys change your schedule. So feel free to correct me if I'm wrong too, EQ. But, much love to you, to Sonia, to all you guys in the chat too. So, yes, indeed. But also, before I put these cards away, Melinda, hopefully these cards that I pull for you also really resonate with you also when it comes to your spicy reading for tonight too with the Rebel Kicker. So it's kind of like, you want to make love to someone, but it's kind of like you need some alone time and just like to really want to test the limits out too. So, good stuff here too. Oh, she says EQ at the birthday party. Oh, okay, cool. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see what's going on with my connection. Let's see. Hope I'm not skipping. My connection is good too. So yes, I think I might just wrap it up here, guys. It is 8:30 my time, but totally worth it. It's totally worth it if I stay overtime with you guys too, because I know we're so busy just doing our own thing and so many other stuff too. So thank you guys for being here too, especially to listen to me talk about interactive stories when it comes to gaming and and everything else too. And if you guys ever want to check out the video that we reacted to also, I'll post a link to in the description below. So if you guys are watching the replay of it, I'll definitely will link the video of it too. Probably tomorrow too if I get a chance to do so. So Jay's wrapping it up. Good. Yes, gotta remember protection. I always remember this. Yes. So thank you for that also, Michelle. Especially for anyone who is watching this live and watching the replay too. If you guys ever want to reach out to me too, especially if you want to, collab with me, if you guys want to send me questions, or if you guys want to check out my social media, feel free to check out the links below too. And especially if any kind of resources that can help you with your YouTube channel when it comes to like with images that you can use for free, music and videos, and so much more too. So yes, indeed. Much love to all you guys. And when this says, let's pick a day to get together, commercial in the community, and have a blast. Yeah, I'm definitely open to that, Melinda. Yeah, feel free to hit me up about that too. I'm definitely down for that as well. So you guys have a beautiful rest of your night, morning, evening, wherever you guys are in the world too. I'm looking forward to connect with you guys on Wednesday for a Wellness Wednesday open discussion. So if you guys like to talk about wellness, especially when it comes to wellness for the body, for the heart, for the mind also, when it comes to just like, practicing self-care. I'm looking forward to connect with you guys on Wednesday too at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So just, if you guys need to get some sleep too, if you need to click off this live stream, I totally get it, because sleep is essential, especially when it comes to with our own health. So much love to you guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday. Later, and namaste. So much love, guys. And yes, feel free to hit me up about that, get together too, Melinda. I'm definitely down for that too, with Michelle and with Ron or anyone else who's down with it also. So anyways, and also don't forget to, do this awesome action. Awesome. Don't forget to
Smash.
Oh, wait. The like button. So it's kind of like, that really helps with the channel also, just before I wrap things up. And without further ado, I'm going to wrap it up for real this time too. So, much love to all you guys, and I'll see you guys around later. And much love.